Hello, y'all. Thought we would do like a little walk and talk. I talk about how I live on a rural property, so we got some firewood here on the porch. And let's see. Let's see. We'll walk down the stairs a little bit, and we don't walk around the property very often, but thought I would show you guys around a little bit. There's at least one other video on my channel of me walking around the place. We're looking for an Amazon package, but when I talk about rural life, we have our own well here on the property, so we have a little pump house here. So we're not on city water at all. There's no chlorine, no fluoride in our water. For the most part, it's really nice, except of course it is an electric pump, right? So when the electricity goes out, then we don't have water. So there's that. I've been after the Mr. Property owner for a while to put a solar panel on it, but you know, I've been here for almost 10 years and that hasn't happened yet. So I'm not holding my breath on that, but thought we'd walk around just a little bit more. He's got all kinds of stuff out here. So let's see. It's kind of big holes out here. Let's see. We got firewood out here. We got our little, I don't know what all this stuff is out here, but we got some firewood. We got a wood shed for our wood stove. We do have a wood stove in the house because it is a rural property, and so we can lose our electricity all the time from, you know, weather, storms, wind, rain, wildfires, all kinds of reasons sometimes why our electricity goes out. So in the winter time, it's good to have firewood. So I talked a little bit about it on my channel, but I've been here since January 1st, 2016. So we are going on 10 years of me being here. But before I was here, he had horses out here, and I've talked about them before on my channel. And this used to be where we kept some of our horses. This is one of our little pastures out here, one of our little outbuildings. Got a garage here, and we've got a little shed and some outbuildings here. And this used to be a horse pasture. This is all I live on. About 5 acres. I talk about it that I live miles from a bus stop. I live on a highway, so it's you hear it all the time in the background of my videos. You hear the traffic going by. I'm sure you hear the traffic today as well, because you know there's traffic. I live on a highway, so but yeah, this is the outside. I know I don't take you guys outside very often, but it is about 5 acres. So all of this is our property out here. This is where you see me sitting in there stitching. This is where I'm at. This is the property. We got some more. It's the back side of another wood shed. We got lots of firewood and stuff in there, and this is all it's really overgrown now. I really wish we'd even get, like, you can actually get rental goats in this area to graze your property. And since we don't have horses anymore, which I miss the horses terribly and would love it if we had horses again in the future, but don't know if or when that's a possibility. But you can actually rent goats in the area just to graze it down, because we do have wildfires, and I would love it if we could rent goats, but we haven't done that yet. So we don't have any animals out here right now. It's mostly just me out here. This is typical of us, by the way. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon in late November, and it's rainy. It's very dark. This is why I'm trying, when I talk about having real limited, live in Washington State and have real limited hours to film during the winter time. This is what I'm talking about. It's very foggy here most of the winter. In fact, we had snow. We've already had snow. And so it's really not uncommon for us to have snow, rain, fog. It's very sort of misty here right now. You can just, even though it's not like really raining per se, but you can feel the moisture in the air. I do know it's about 5 acres, maybe a little bit more of property. I know the place pretty well. I can walk around it actually pretty good without a cane. I like when I go off the path, I definitely need my cane. Because, you know, there's like big holes out here. There's gophers and other burrowing critters. Lots of rabbits out here. Deer, owls, lots and lots of birds, crows, quail, lots of birds. But if I'm just like going to the woodshed or something like that, that is certainly something. Once I usually like to go out there with my cane or something and kind of check out the path, because he's got all kinds of stuff out here, Lord. But I like to kind of check it out, and then once I know that my path is clear, then I can haul in wood without my cane. But it's just something that I like to kind of check on and make sure that it's good. Let's see. And then we'll probably go take this walk more than once, but thought we would take a little walk around so you can see my little walking path out here. This is the area that I know pretty well. We have like sort of like a large circular drive out here. Well, it's pretty clear for me to walk on, like a little track almost for me to walk on for exercise, which is nice, right? Exercise is good. So I used to spend I used to be in the gym almost every day when I lived in the city, and so obviously, you know, life out here is different, right? I'm not going to the gym, but I do have like a little walking track. This used to be a horse pasture as well, and now our septic system is out there, so underneath. But this is also at the front of our place on the highway. That's our property. Septic tanks out there, so we're kind of walking along this. It's just kind of overgrown trees. These are the trees when I was putting up my Christmas tree, and I was like, I really want to just like chop down one of these trees. And you know, like I said, we got pine trees literally all over the property, so it's pretty overgrown. It's not landscaped beyond having pine trees everywhere that the property owner planted back in the 80s. So they're pretty large, but other than that, there's no landscaping or anything like that around the place. So there's just highway trees, and it'll be foggy, and we do get some sun. Like, it's not Seattle. I live in Eastern Washington, so it's not Seattle. So we do get some. We certainly get more sun than Western Washington, but it's pretty typical for us to have a lot of fog and mist around for most of the winter. So yeah, that's why my videos, and I don't have a lot of lights in the house, and I often forget to turn on lights. That's my mom's most common comment on my videos. It's dark. So I don't even have a lot of lights, and when I do have lights, I forget to turn them on most of the time. But let's see, I don't know if we want to go around that way or not. Maybe we'll walk back up here a little bit more. But it's a 5-acre piece of land, so it's not huge, but it certainly is more. I like it. I like being, it's a challenge because I don't drive, right? So it's different for me. Never in my life would I have imagined. I like country life. I grew up in a rural area, although we grew up in a nice suburban neighborhood. You can see that on a video in June. It's like a walk and talk video at my childhood home at my parents' house. So, and this is like a walk and talk video out at my place where I currently live. So I never really would have thought that I would, be able to live out in a rural area as a non-driver. But I do use Amazon, and I'm so grateful for it. So, and then my parents come a few times a year, and they bring me things like milk and cheese and eggs and that kind of a thing. So and I'm real grateful for that. And other than that, you see me when I do some of my cooking videos. If you don't know that, I do have, this is also our property back in here, I do have some cooking videos on my channel as well, where we play with some freeze-dried cheese. When I do baking, we use like a dehydrated egg product, and we do that just because I often don't have things like eggs and cheese in the house because I don't drive and I live out in a rural area. So it's different for sure. Like I said, we have firewood, we have a wood stove, we have our own well, our own septic. And I will be bringing up more wood here pretty soon for the wood stove, but get more wood on the porch. But yeah, I don't think I'll walk down this way today. It's pretty steep and unkept over here. It gets mowed like once a year back in here. So I don't know. Sometimes I venture back there. Sometimes I just stay on that little circular path, and sometimes I walk down to the road, but not usually on the highway. So anyways, I know that I might do a few more walk and talk videos outside where we can just chat, but I thought it would be fun to show y'all around, since I often will talk about how I'm a non-driver and I'm not totally blind, but I'm too blind to drive. And so and I talk sometimes about how I don't go to the store very often, and we talk about my cooking videos, and so I thought it would be fun for y'all to see a little bit. This is a little tree. I think, I should cut that down for a Christmas tree one year and bring it inside. But of course, then, I'd have it for a month or something in the house, and then it'd be gone. So I leave it outside. But anyways, I just thought it would be fun for y'all to see what I'm talking about, and while hear all the traffic noise, the highway that I live on, and to see what I'm talking about when I talk about being a non-driver and not going to the store, and how I have to have all kinds of things delivered. And you can watch my videos on my looking for a package and then the follow-up on it. So I got Amazon drivers coming out here, FedEx drivers coming out here, UPS, Postal Service brings packages, but not letter mail. So, and that's so I have to get that somewhere else. But anyways, this is the place. So thought so I thought that we should take a little tour of the place and see what rural life is like for me out here. So alrighty, my friends, well, I think I'm gonna go, but I thought it would be really fun to take you guys on a walk and talk where you can see things like the pump house and the woodshed. So my sister visits from the East Coast, and she had an Uber driver once that came out here, and he literally was asking about the pump house. He had no idea what that was for, like no clue. And so I have to remind myself that there are city folks, right? He came from Seattle. He had a Seattle area code, so likely came from city life, and had no idea, didn't know what a pump house was. So, and I kind of forget that people, who grew up in cities their whole life don't know about such things. So anyways, that's the place, that's the video. Thought it would be fun for you guys to see. So alrighty, my friends, well, thank you so much for listening. You want to turn the camera around for a minute? Okay, there I am, y'all. I'm outside and I'm walking. So I'm gonna go for now. Until next time, we'll be right back to stitching. Bye bye for now. Happy stitching!